Home and Away spoilers: Eliza plans to leave Alf to die. Next week on Home and Away in the UK, as Alf starts to suffer chest pains with no one else around. Will Eliza leave him to die? It's another day with another life on the line next week, as Summer Bay stalwart Alf Stewart is the third resident in the space of a fortnight to suffer a terrifying health scare. Summer Bay houses new foster child. Eliza has already put the lives of Harper and her baby in danger last week, after she unexpectedly went into labor whilst they were out walking. Eliza was transfixed by the sight of Harper struggling through labor, whilst knowing that it had already been decided for her to have a caesarean due to the dangers involved in her giving birth naturally. Wishing to see what would happen, Eliza only pretended to call an ambulance from Harper's phone, and hid the fact that Tane was trying to get through to her. In the end, Tane and Levi were able to track the pair down, and Levi safely delivered baby Archie, with Eliza standing back and filming every moment on her phone. Completely unfazed by the experience, Eliza later showed the video to a shocked Rue. Rue had previously dismissed Marilyn's concerns about Eliza being alone in the bush with Harper, with Moshe worried that Eliza may harm her somehow, but she's finally begun to wonder whether she was onto something. Next week, Tane spends a special day taking baby Archie on a grand tour of Summer Bay, starting with the beach where they share a quiet moment as he gazes across the ocean towards New Zealand. Chuffed to have the little one to himself for the day, Tane wastes no time parading him around the surf club, where Molly, John, and Alf all get the official meet and greet. Word quickly gets back to Eliza that Archie's out and about, and she turns up at the club with Rue in tow. But things go south fast. Eliza makes a beeline for the baby and asks if she can hold him, only for Tane to stop her in her tracks. Eliza's not impressed, and proceeds to pull out her phone and show Tane the footage of Harper giving birth. Tane is horrified, and as Alf quickly orders Eliza outside, Rue is left to try and defend her actions. Tane makes it clear that Rue needs to keep Eliza away from his family. Rue admits that Eliza should have asked permission, but thought she was creating a memory that they'd like to keep. But Tane isn't placated, as he points out that Eliza knew full well the danger that Harper faced, and that they could have lost both her and the baby. So what does she think she was filming? Tane asks. A birth, or a death? On their return to the house, Eliza announces that she wants to go and see Harper, but Alf and Rue have other ideas, telling her that Alf needs some help with some jobs around the caravan park. However, unlike the time she was being punished for taking Alf's fishing knife, this time Eliza is going to be paid the going rate. Plus, she'll be allowed her phone back too. Eliza reluctantly agrees and resolves to go and see Harper later, but then scoffs as she overhears Alf and Rue talking about how bribery seems to have done the trick. As they watch Eliza at work, Alf and Rue are pleased to have provided her with what seems to be a suitable distraction from Harper and the baby. But later that day, things take a turn. Alf starts feeling a bit off with some chest pains, and asks Eliza to nip into the bait shop to grab his heart pills. It's been less than a year since Alf's last heart scare, which saw him rushed to Northern District's hospital where a panicked Bree promptly froze, forcing Levi to step in and administer the life-saving medication. Eliza heads inside and finds the pills in the drawer of Alf's desk. But instead of taking them to Alf, she quietly slips them into her pocket. When she returns, she insists she couldn't find them anywhere. As Alf's discomfort starts to build into something more serious, Eliza sticks to her story that she's looked everywhere for his medication, deliberately withholding them from him. Whilst Rue and John are over at the surf club wondering where Alf has got to, little do they realize that Alf is in agony back at the bait shop, clutching his chest and yelling at Eliza to fetch his phone. But Eliza doesn't exactly spring into action. Instead, she lingers, watching him struggle before finally pretending to hunt for the phone. When a kindly customer, Marty, enters the bait shop and notices Alf clearly in distress, Eliza dismisses his concerns, telling him that she's just grabbing her granddad's medication and that her mum is on the way. Eliza eventually returns to Alf and calmly tells him that the phone is dead, so she can't call for help. Alf begs Eliza to go and fetch help from one of the caravan park residents. But after further time has passed, she returns to say that there's no one in the vans, they must have gone to the beach. The clock is ticking as Alf continues to deteriorate, but with seemingly no help forthcoming. Will Eliza really let Alf die? Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.